Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your marketing class with Miss J. As always, I am your host, Miss J. And I hope you really enjoyed today's episode. Listen, I've got quite a few things to cover today. I am going to be going over your next two assignments that are due, not this Friday, but next Friday, April the 20. Ooh, I'm looking at May. Ooh, that's not good. April the 24th. I'll be giving you your requirements for those assignments. I'll be giving you a few updates, a couple of notes, and just chit-chatting with you. So why don't we go ahead and get it started? Hey, first and foremost, I am grading your cover letters and resumes right now. It's taking me a pretty long time, I'm going to be honest, because I'm recording a voice message for you guys. I'm trying to give you a lot of feedback, so that not just so that you can get a good grade on your final assignment, but just so you have a great resume and cover letter. Normally, we'd be going back and forth on it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do that. It'll probably not be in Schoology conferences. They're kind of winding down on that and ramping up on Microsoft Teams. I tried out Microsoft Teams with a couple of students last week. I think it could be great, but I will let you guys know what that looks like going forward. Anyway, all of that to say, I am grading your cover letters and resumes. It's just taking a long time. I'm really hoping to get through all of them by this week so you guys can make those edits and update those for your final professional portfolio. One note that I wanted to add as far as grades go, if you didn't read the email that the superintendent sent out Friday, there's an update as far as what baseline grades are, which is your grade in your classes before we started e-learning, and what the requirements are going forward. Basically, it says that you can't drop more than 5 percentage points below that, which is good. They're kind of protecting you guys in your grades. I hope that doesn't mean that you will stop turning things in. I think you should definitely continue to work hard in each of your classes, but at least you have that little bit of protection that you guys aren't going to be dropping a ton. Now, in our class coming up, we have 2 assignments due next Friday. Then you guys will have like 1 more week to compile the rest of the things that you need, and I'm going to discuss that in this video. And then we're going to turn in your final professional portfolio. And I'm also going to discuss that with you, as we originally planned for you to have a hard copy of the professional portfolio. And I just want to have a backup plan in case we don't return after the 30th. So we're going to talk about that. So first and foremost, what I've got on the screen for you guys is the interview stories example. So in Schoology, I have just the basic formatting that you guys will use, but I'm showing you right here an example of how you would use it. Now, going back to when we started doing our interview prep, we were talking about situation, behavior, and outcome. Now, I want to give you guys just a friendly reminder about some of the stories you're supposed to be using. So these are your own personal stories. We started brainstorming in class some good stories for you guys to use. These stories, remember, you're picking a situation that impacts a lot of people or has a lot of weight. So meaning it impacts more than just you. It wasn't just a tough breakup, something like that. Maybe something with your sports team, maybe something at your work, maybe something that was a big portion of your grade. Now, when you're talking about your behavior, you guys are going to focus on what you did to drive this situation forward. Yes, you could have been a part of a team. Yes, other people could have been involved. That's okay. Those people are not trying to get your dream job, right? So you're going to focus on your behavior, what you did to help the situation. And lastly, with your outcome here, you guys remember, we're tying the bow on the present. We've wrapped up the present beautifully. Let's tie a beautiful bow on the end. So make sure you're letting us know how the outcome worked out. Did you get a great grade on your project? Did this going forward, did this big issue that you have never happened again? Did you change the course of history? Something like that, where we're going to tie that bow. Now, I've given you guys 2 different examples. Both of these I covered in class with you guys, where I gave 2 situations. The first one was when I was doing hiring for the seasonal period. So hiring for Black Friday with Target. You guys might remember I made a mistake. So this interview question, and I'm going to refresh your memory on this assignment. I'll type up a few of the interview questions we went over in class. That I used was, tell me about a time when you realized after completing a task or a project that you had made a mistake. This interview story doesn't have to be specific to that question, right? Remember, we had shared some examples in class that would be good for multiple interview questions. What I want you guys to have is 3 solid examples that you're going to type up. So what I've given you guys is my 3 solid examples. You can read through these. I want to give enough information where like if someone else is reading it, they kind of understand the situation, but I still want bullet points. I don't need full sentences from you guys. If I go through and grade this and I'm like, I'm not really sure what your first situation was about at all, that's not the goal. So make sure you're giving me enough information to understand it. So I have 2 different examples. I used a work example and then I used a school example. Now for your guys' assignment, you should have 3 examples for your assignment. Each box should have a minimum of 3 bullet points. So at least 3 bullet points. Use more if you need more. That's totally fine. And then make sure, again, I can understand your situation, behavior, and your outcome. So that is your first assignment that's due next week. Like I said, I'll type up some interview questions for you guys to use in this assignment. Next, I wanted to talk about your letters of reference assignment, which I think I've got on here. Yes. So this has been uploaded into Schoology for some time, but make sure you guys are collecting those letters of reference or letters of recommendation. You need at least 2 for this project, and you guys are going to be uploading those. That assignment's in Schoology. This is attached to it. Please let me know if you have any questions on that. Let's see what else I want to go over. Can't read my own handwriting, so that's great. Let's talk about the formatting as far as your, I remember. I can't read my handwriting, but now I remember. Looking at all the pieces of your professional portfolio. So this is what I gave you guys when we first started this project. It's also in Schoology. There are 3 things I'm not asking you to turn in ahead of time. So you guys have already done title page, cover letter, resume. You're working on your letters of rec and your interview stories, but transcripts, your unofficial transcript, your professional projects, and your commendations or awards, I am not asking you guys to turn those in ahead of time. However, in your final draft of your professional portfolio, those need to be in there. So make sure that you're collecting those. If you are like, hey, I want to get ahead on my work, pull these things up and make sure that you're saving them to a folder. For my professional portfolio, I have one that's entitled Professional Portfolio in my OneDrive, and I just put all the stuff that I need for it in there, including like my draft of my professional portfolio. It's all in here. So you've got it compiled. Now, as far as formatting goes for your professional portfolio, again, I mentioned to you guys that we were going to have hard copies to turn in. Well, if there's a chance that we're not going to be returning to school, after April, I still want you guys to be able to turn this in electronically. So stay tuned on that. I'll give you guys another video of exactly how I want you to do that and turn it in. So based on right now, if nothing big changes or happens, we are still going to have professional portfolios due on May 8th. And that's a Friday. So I'm just sticking to the timeline that we've been doing with e-learning. I think that was it. I think that's all I wanted to cover with you guys today. I might think of something else. As always, please email me, message me on Schoology, whatever you need. If you want to do a face-to-face conference, we can set that up in Microsoft Teams. I should be getting you guys your feedback again for your cover letters and resumes this week. I hope you're wonderful. I miss the heck out of you. Let me know if you need anything. Okay, love you. Bye.